This is the part that makes the business model really sexy. So number one is after you get the deal, can you not build the website? Can we just have the one pager? Can we have the ads running the one pager and we charge 1,000 and we spend 500 and take the difference? Yes, we can. I've done it. I did it on accident and I've made money for a whole year. I made whatever, $600, $6,000 net. Didn't even know. However, I would highly encourage you that once you get the deal and you get enough deals that your bills are covered and you are like, okay, now it's time to go and build these properties, that you take the profits and you actually go and build the properties. The business model is sexy, even if you just do the arbitrage, $1,000 a month, 500 in ads, take the difference. But it becomes really sexy if it's $1,000 a month that you're getting paid and you can turn the ads to $100 a month and you can make 90+% profit margin. And this is another thing that's so dope about SEO is it mitigates your risk, right? If we're only relying on ads and all of our leads are coming on ads and then something changes with ads, we're screwed. So what I recommend is if Google has a way to get leads, let's try to tap into all. Let's try to get leads from ads, let's get leads from GMB, and let's get leads from the organic. And for those of you that are freaking out going, oh my gosh, I haven't got any GMB. Guys, I've gotten tons and tons of deals where all I had was organic leads coming in. No GMB, no ads. But again, if we can get leads coming in from all three different areas, it mitigates our risk. So make sure we build those websites, okay? Number two, I can't say it enough, but guys, if we don't pick that city niche correctly up front, this is where you are gonna get found out. This is where you're going to see, for some of you that picked the city and the niche incorrectly and you haven't started building the website, here is where you're going to see how important that is. Because if you went and you were lazy and you didn't see and it was kind of competitive, but instead of like asking questions and seeing if you should go into it, you just did it anyway. Now you're going to start doing SEO and your site's not going to rank. And eventually it will, but it's going to be 4, 6, 8, 10 months. And you're going to go, my gosh, I can't get this to rank. And we're going to look at your due diligence and we're going to discover that it was actually way more competitive than you should have gone into. So I just want to remind you guys, the reason that I stress so much of picking the right city and the niche is if you get the right city and the right niche combination, and there's very little competition, this SEO thing's going to be a piece of cake. You're going to think you're a genius. Okay? If you don't, I was talking to somebody today, talked to somebody in this group, and I said, how's your ranking going? And this person said, ranking, but slowly. Picked some big cities and couldn't compete. Got to pick more obscure cities. And it's not about being big, it's about being competitive. What he meant was he picked competitive cities and now he's having a hard time ranking and he can't get his ad costs down because he didn't do it correctly. So I have to remind you guys, you can be the best SEO in the world, but if you pick the wrong cities, it's going to be a pain in the ass to rank. You can be an okay SEO, even a shitty SEO like me, okay? Just a very average SEO and be very good at picking cities and you're going to rank every single time and you're going to rank quickly. So sometimes it takes touching the fire and touching the oven to see how hot it is. And some of you guys, you went through that and you went, it's too difficult. He's giving me these really strict criteria. Now you're going to find out why. So I just want to give you guys a heads up. For those of you that are new, as you're picking the city, this is where you're going to see if you really did the looking for layups correctly. Now, the beautiful part is if you did choose incorrectly and it's taking you a while to rank, it's okay because you're still making money. Whereas all these other programs that we've been in and these other methods that are taught where you have to rank before you can even go and sell and before you can start getting leads, it becomes very, very expensive because we're not getting paid. So the good news is we're still getting paid. And if you're doing this correctly, you should have a 40% profit margin at the minimum, and it should just go uphill from here. It should just expand from here. But again, you guys are going to have those sites where it ranks really quickly and you're like, dude, that was so simple. And I just went from making $500 on this client to making $1,000. And I didn't even have to get another client and I doubled my profit. This is when this gets really, really, really exciting. Make sure that you go back and look, hey, did you do the due diligence properly? Did you look at the right keywords? Did you clear your browsing history and open an incognito window and type in the right keywords and make sure that the companies that were showing up weren't showing up every time in the maps and the companies showing up in the map weren't the same company showing up in the organic? Did you look at those things? Or were you too smart and were you too good and you're like, yeah, screw Nick, he might whatever, but I'm just gonna do it my way. Now you're gonna see. So I don't want to hear complaints until you've done those things. You do those things and you can show me that you have picked the city correctly and the niche and you're actually doing the SEO. I will personally use my team to help you rank that website. But I'm gonna tell you right now that 99% of the questions that we're gonna get as we start to get into rankings is people not doing those steps correctly. And it's the same problems that we're having with people with the ads is we get on and they're like, hey, I'm not getting leads. Okay, show me your cost per click. Oh, it's $8. Interesting. Okay. And you're only spending 20 bucks a day. Well, Nick told me to spend 20 bucks a day. Yeah, but he said less than $5. And you didn't follow the criteria for the city. And you went into the niche that he didn't say. And now you're saying this doesn't work. No, bro. I told you exactly what to do, but you didn't follow it. Okay. So make sure from here on out, if you messed a couple up, I've been there as well. Let's make sure every project from here on out is done correctly. And the ones that weren't, they can still rank. You can still make money on them. You just might have to be a little more patient. You might have to do some more SEO. You might have to do some more citations, and you're going to really see why this is so freaking important that we pick the right city and we pick the right niche. Okay. And my last thing is, remember this. I've heard this statement said many, many times with physical real estate, which is the money is made in the buy, not in the sell. Meaning, let's just make it easy. You got a house, well, no, let's say it's worth $500,000. $500,000 house, that's what the market value is, right? You go and you find some guy and whatever, he's in tough times, he just needs to get rid of it immediately. You go in, you've got cash or something that's really interesting, you can close quickly, and you offer that person $450K, but you close tomorrow. He says yes, or she says yes, you get the house for $450K, but the market, it's worth $500. You are going to win on that deal. Doesn't matter what price you get it for, because if you get it for even close to what it's worth, even if you get it for less than what it's worth, you sell it for $490 or $480, you still make $30K because you bought it at a good time. You bought it at the right price. You made your money when you bought. Boom, you already made your money. Now all you got to do is sell it at market value. Similarly, with this, all you got to do is you got to pick the right city. You got to pick the right city and niche. It's the equivalent of buying a house for less than it's worth. Now all you got to do is basic SEO, average SEO, and you are going to win. Because even if you sell that house at $490, you're still making $40K. Let's say you buy that same house at market value or above. Let's say you buy it, it's probably worth $500. You get a little too emotional with the house, you're not logical, and you buy it for $507, $510. Now you got to sell that puppy for $520, $550 to get a profit out of it, which is really just a prayer, because who knows if that house is going to be able to even sell at that price. And all because the money is made in the buy, not the sell. So always remember that, guys.